Hey guys, it's Misti Burmeister here. Let's talk about the difficulty of change. We all want to keep growing and learning and expanding in our personal and professional lives, but yet, man, can it be challenging. I'm training for my very first ever marathon this year. And a few months ago, I started off with, just kind of doing my own training. So I started off doing 3 miles and then 6 miles and then 9 miles. And by the end of just a couple months, my knees were screaming. So I went to a physical therapist down in Baltimore. She's excellent. Her name's Mary. If you want more information, just let me know. But what she said to me, one of the things that she's having me do is run to a metronome. Now, I'm already not on beat in general. Running to a metronome, and running I'm not necessarily really good at, so I kind of ignored this advice for about a week. And then today I set out to just do a slow run and run to this daggone metronome. I'm telling you, the first 30 seconds it was on, all I wanted to do was turn it off. Yes, of course I want better results in my running, but I did not want to run to a metronome. That was the last thing I wanted to do. And so I kind of had to fight that urge to just turn it off. And I just said to myself, just run, let it go. Maybe you won't be on beat. That's okay. Just let it roll. And so I did. I just let it roll. And before I knew it, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes into running, my feet naturally started hitting to the beat. Naturally. And then when it would go off, I would try really hard to get it back on, and I would struggle, and it would be hard. And then I would just let it go again and just let my body get into the rhythm of the beat on its own. I don't have to force it. I don't have to try so hard. Right? So once I realized that, I was like, okay, stop trying so hard. Let it happen. Let it happen. And then it did. But of course, like with all change, something else comes into the mix. Like maybe there's a new person that gets hired in, and they have more skills than you. Well, for me today, it was the new thing that came into the picture was a hill or a turn, and every time I would lose my rhythm, and it would be so frustrating. And then I would remember, just let your body go with it'll pick it up all on its own. And halfway through I just did a 3 mile today. Halfway through the run, it was like bam, bam, bam. For the most part, it was working. And then when I'd comp on these turns, for a few minutes or for a few seconds, I wasn't, and then I'd get right back on. It just naturally happened. So as you go into the changes that you're ready for, remember that stay with it. The first, in this case, the first 3 minutes, or in some cases, the first 15 minutes, as Seth Godin, one of my favorite authors, talks about. He wrote the book Tribes and lots of other great books. As he says, just get through that first 15 minutes. For my big 5 mile open water swim, it was just get through the first 30 minutes of the swim. And sure enough, after the first 30 minutes, all that chatter just kind of quieted. And I started to have a blast. And the same thing was true today with my run. Once that chatter of, I should be able to do this faster, and why can't I get this? As soon as that quieted down, I started having fun. And I think change and growth can be fun if we just allow it. We allow ourselves to move through it. So with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for listening. If you found this video helpful, please share it, share it, share it. Also, if you've had an experience similar to this in your career, in your athletics, in any area of your life, share it, riding horses, whatever it is, share it with me. I'd love to hear it right here, right below, on the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And between now and the next time we see each other, I'll just say, here is to your greatness. Peace out.